Okie dokie. Is John here? Courtroom. You give me the okay, Deb.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Okay.
how are you?
okay. Okay, everybody. Hmm?
We're going to get started now, so if everyone can just,
Okay. All right, is
Me-
anyone here for,
let's
For-
start. Oh, go ahead. All right. Can I announce the date?
okay, what's the date?
This is BBS hearing for
June
Thursday,
3rd,
June 26th, 2025.
All right, 2025. All right. I'm Wayne Miller. I'm a board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Pradeep Parekh, board member.
Okay, so now we're going to start. Is anyone here from Aiken Street?
I think I need Lynn Rydell Huber, board counsel.
Yes,
Oh,
this is,
we're-
this
okay.
is Yim. Yep, my property is Aiken Street.
And are you, let me see, hold on a second. All right, is that, could you, are you going to be the only one testifying?
No, I actually emailed earlier, would like to, withdraw the appeal, working with LNI to get it closed.
Okay, Tom, could you raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah,
Is that correct?
the case has been marked compliant in our system.
Oh, it was smart comply? Okay, so it's mute. We don't have to hear the case. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, all right, that was all right, that was fast. Next one. Cliveden Street. Anybody here from Cliveden Street?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Gina, are you the only one going to be testifying?
Yes,
Okay, good. Could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
yes, I do.
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Pradeep Parekh, board member.
I'm
Deborah
Matthew
Richardson.
Wojcik.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Matthew. Go ahead.
I'm Matthew Wojcik, LDI supervisor.
Good
Deborah
afternoon,
Richardson.
everybody.
Board's administration.
Lynn Rydell Huber, board counsel.
Okay, Deb, could you read that into the record?
Sure. This is case number 2 on the agenda for today. MI 2025-001188 for 118 West Cliveden Street.
Okay, Tom, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to start us off with this?
So this is for the property at 118 West Cliveden Street that has been declared as unsafe by the department following an inspection. I will share my packet, but in the interest of time, I'll go right to the photos. And at the conclusion of the presentation, I'd be asking for a permit to be under review within 60 days. The only question I'd have for the appellant is, I see that there's a address, but is the property occupied?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. So with that, I'll share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
So these are photographs of the rear of the property at 118 West Cliveden. This is another photograph of the rear of the property. The property in question is the property on the left-hand side. The photo on the right-hand side isn't very clear of the structure. It just shows that there's vegetation in the back, but that the upper second-story window is has structural damage. That's the front of the property. The areas of concern are the roof assemblies and the interior of the property. So again, knowing that the property is vacant, we would be asking for a permit. We're going to change that to ask for a permit or grant a variance to have a permit under review within 90 days.
90 days, okay. Ms. Dade, do you want to tell your side of the story?
Yes, as far as, I don't understand what he's asking for as far as a permit, but I've been, and I enrolled in the Home Strong program. I have face-to-face lawyers helping me with this. And the contractor is scheduled to go in July to clean the property out. Because I've been in constant contact with the LNI inspector, Modris. And I informed him this month that the contractor was going to go in July, and he said, okay, because the first thing, we have to clean the house out before we can do anything else with that. But they
Okay.
have to finish their other projects. And I'm also with URDC. I have several different organizations helping me with this.
Okay, is 90 days to get to clean the house out and, or not to clean the house out, to get a permit and make safe after you clean the house out?
What is the, how do I go about doing that?
Your contractor has to be a licensed contractor and to do
They
the
are.
work. And he'll take care of whatever permit has to be pulled.
Okay, they are.
Do you have the contractor that's going in to clean out? Is he a contractor, could do the work also?
Yes, he is. He's through the URDC program and the Home Strong program.
Okay, I don't know what that program is, but does he have a license to do work in the city of Philadelphia? That's,
Does.
okay, all right. So you have 90 days to get a permit and start working. And you know, that's 3 months, so is
Tom?
that, go ahead.
Tom, was an engineer's report required?
I can tell you that if it's part of the violation. I do see that it's part of the violation.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
You-
the,
You would need to have an engineer write a report telling the contractor what to do. This isn't just up to the contractor.
Okay.
okay, because see, when I had talked to Inspector Modris, and because I'm still maintaining my property, and so are some of my neighbors helping me maintain my property. Because it was a domestic violence case that is still ongoing, that my husband set my house on fire. And then 12 hours later, excuse me, my mom passed from ovarian cancer. And my husband, you know, just walked out the house and disappeared after he was served with an eviction notice and the PFA from me and our youngest son who's autistic. When I talked to Inspector Modris, he did not say that I needed an engineer report, but I have been in the property and through the entire property. Walked in and through there from upstairs and downstairs and even in the basement.
The engineer's report is primarily to identify the actual damage and how to repair it, or working with the contractor to figure out a way of repairing it. That's according to the violation. You could present the violation to the attorneys supporting you, the groups you named, and they may be able to guide you through some of the particulars. But according to the LNI, the part of the violation is the damage is so extensive that an engineer is required to analyze the building, or at least review the current state, if that makes sense.
Okay, now how long does that usually take for them to set that up and to come out and actually do it? And how much does that cost? Because I'm on a fixed income right now.
I don't believe the board can actually talk about the time frame or the cost, but if you have groups that are assisting you in getting the building repaired, this is something you should bring up to them, because it's another layer of protection, basically, making sure that someone who's qualified to analyze the building set size on it and can determine specific areas that need immediate attention or a specific type of solution. Sometimes contractors may not be aware of those solutions, so they have to work with the contractor to figure that out.
Okay,
And the thing is too, is that, you know, you just have to make the home safe, okay?
right,
You don't have to do all cosmetics or anything like that. You just have to get a permit and make it safe. And if you don't know what you have to do to make it safe, that engineer would be able to tell you. And in my opinion, it would save you a lot of grief because maybe the contractor will go in and do a whole host of things that might not be needed to make it safe. You know, so if
Oh.
he has something, a direction to tell him, okay, I have to do this, this, and this to make safe, and then the inspector will go, you know, they'll tell you, it tells you in your violation what you need to get corrected. And
Okay.
but also the structural engineer, if he thinks something, or the engineer, if he thinks something that doesn't need that, and he's willing to say that that's not the issue, that doesn't have to be taken care of, something else has to be done, then, you know, we take his word for that. So, and it might not involve extra work. So that's where we're at, okay? Gina, if you can get that done, it'd be perfect. So,
okay.
90 days, all right?
All right, thank you. Now, if I should need more than 90 days,
Yeah, talk to the inspector from LNI, and
Yeah.
if it needs a little bit more time, he could help you out. Yes.
okay.
All right?
So, first, before they can go in and clean it out, you're saying I need to have the engineer do the inspection first, or can we just clean it out first?
I think,
So may I answer?
go ahead, Tom.
So realize that we're a complaint-driven, sometimes department. So if residents on the block see that there's work going on at the property, they may call and say that there's no work or there's work being done without a permit. You want to stay in contact with the area inspector. You mentioned Inspector Madres. So you want to
Yes.
stay in contact with Inspector Madres, because what's going to happen is, as long as you stay in contact with him, if you're cleaning out the property, basically just removing the debris, then that is allowable, because that will allow your engineer to be able to assess the structurability of the property.
Okay. And I'm in contact with all my neighbors because I was born and raised in that house. So
Good.
I know all my neighbors. Like I said, they've been essential in helping me also with, maintaining the property and everything else. So, because like I said, we're scheduled for it in November once they finish the projects that he's on now. And we'll go in there and just start taking the stuff out. And thank you very much.
Okay.
And
Good
I'll
luck,
let
all
them
right?
know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
Wait, we need to vote.
What's that?
I agree to give 90 days.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree with 90 days.
Fareed,
I agree.
and I also agree for 90 days. Okay? All right, good deal. Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
You're
Thank you. Have a
welcome.
good day.
All right now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. All right. The next one, number 3. Tom, do you have some type of a settlement with that? Please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do. So
Okay.
prior to today's, we need to read it into record.
Yeah, okay. All right. Could you read, number 3 into the record, 901 North 43rd Street?
Sure. This is case number 3, MI 2025-001187 for 901 North 43rd Street.
Okay. All right, Tom, let's hear it.
So for 901 North 43rd Street, there was a request for a continuance emailed to the board this morning. And in speaking with the department, I reached out to the appellant, Mr. Parrish. I am requesting that continuance request be denied, in that there is an agreement between both parties for them to obtain the permit within 30 days as a permit is ready to be issued.
Okay. So we have to go through the procedure there. Okay. Yes.
I don't know if we want to deny it. I mean, we could grant the continuance and they could come to the agreement. It's just another way of doing it. So allow them to continue it and then make the agreement finalized, because I don't believe there's a final agreement.
There isn't. So this would be the final agreement. It would be a variance for 30 days to obtain the permit.
Okay,
Okay, so,
agree with a variance for 30 days.
I agree with the 30 days.
I agree with it also.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, then the 30-day variance, we should go through the procedure. Never mind, we already accepted it. Okay. Okay, fine. All right, that's good. All right, Tom. Is there anything else that we have to do with this? Matt? Nothing? All right, pal.
Are you asking Matt Webster or Matthew
I'm
Wojcik?
asking both of you.
So it's unusual to vote on an appeal without the appellant present. I suggested that we grant the continuance if it's mooted by the department, or if there's a written agreement, then we can accept it as withdrawn. But to deny a continuance request based on without hearing from the requester, I think is not what I would go with.
I believe we're granting the continuance.
Yeah, we're granting the continuance and
Okay.
that they get, and then whether they need to get their permit in 30 days and start the work. We're not denying the continuance. We're gonna
Okay,
grant it.
well, that's so I just want to make sure we're not confusing two things. There's a continuance and then there's separately a proposal for a 30-day
Variance.
extension of time. Yeah, right. So granting the continuance, we shouldn't then vote to grant the 30-day extension.
Okay, we voted to grant the continuance first, right?
We don't typically vote on continuances. That's
Okay,
something
okay.
for the chair.
So what do we do with the continuance? Nothing?
It will be relisted if we are continuing it.
All right, so now we have to vote on the variance for 30 days.
Without an appellant present, I don't recommend voting.
Okay. No.
We're taking no action then.
Right, only continuing.
Okay, we're only gonna continue. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to change. We voted to get the continuance.
What I heard was a vote to approve the 30-day extension.
Okay, so now, so is that good enough? No, we have to vote for the continuance?
You don't.
Yeah, so they will reappear, and in that time, hopefully have secured the permit LNI is telling them to get.
Okay, but we're not voting to continue. It's just going to be continued.
If I may interrupt for a second, I'm not sure if that's Miss Amy Rivera talking, but every time you speak, your head goes out of the camera, so I'm not sure. And it doesn't alert me to who's speaking. So if you could try to stay within camera shot so that I can see who's speaking. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
So it sounds like we're just continuing it and there's no vote.
Yes.
Okay,
I was just vacating the vote, so it's clean.
okay, we'll vacate our vote. I'm in agreement.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay, that's done. All right. All right, next case. I know, I got it. Give me a second. Let me put my glasses on, Deb, all right? Number 4, 4244 North 15th Street. Is anyone here from 4244 North 15th Street? Going once. Anyone here from 4244 North 15th Street? Going twice. Is anybody here from 4244 North 15th Street? Going 3 times. All right, we'll put it aside. If they should come in, we'll check, we'll work on it. Okay. Next one. Next case would be Gall Street, 2316 Gall Street. It's a late appeal. Is anyone here from Gall Street?
Yes, I am. Nathan Snyder.
Who is, I can't say, could you say that again?
My name is Nathan Snyder. I'm the administrator of the estate of Viola Hartman.
Okay, Nathan, are you a judge or a lawyer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I don't have to swear you in. Is there anyone else going to be testifying?
No one.
Okay, fine. All right, we'll get started. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted Agus, board member.
Pretty Parekh, board member.
I'm Matthew Wojcik, LNI supervisor.
Lynn Huber, board counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Okay, Deb, could you read that into
This
to
is
the record,
case
please?
This is case number 5, MI 2025-003123 for 2316 Gall Street.
Okay. Nathan, go ahead if you want to, Tom, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, all truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about that, the case?
First of all, it's there is
Hold on, Tom.
Tom, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but it's a late appeal, so I think we need to address that first before he can talk about the merits of the case.
I'm willing to accept the late appeal.
I agree.
I also agree.
I agree.
Okay, let's go. Good job.
I'm sorry, I'm assuming that was Lynn. Thank you, because I was about to raise that same question. But secondly, Mr. Snyder, do you have the administer paperwork showing that you're the administrator of the estate?
I do have paperwork in my file.
Okay. It's been submitted with the board?
I thought I had submitted something when I filed my appeal. It was back in early March. I don't remember if they took that from me or not. I thought I gave it to the woman downstairs.
There's a document at the end of the appeal packet, the very last page of his appeal. Notice of Register of Wills of Philadelphia County, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I don't know.
I see the document. And
I'm not really sure what that is, but that's the only paperwork that we have.
it says letters of administration, mentions Viola Hartman as the deceased, and it's saying we're granted unto Nathan Snyder.
Okay.
Yeah, I can assure you I was appointed. If I'd known then what I know now, maybe I wouldn't have taken on the responsibility. But somebody, I guess, has to step up and do the tough jobs.
Okay.
All right. All right,
So,
Tom, you want to give us a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
share
on this?
I'm sorry?
I said, let's get started. Give us the information you have.
So essentially what I have is I have the property at 2316 Gall Street has been declared as unsafe for conditions of the front wall. What you have is you have a bulged front wall that needs to be addressed. It's very hard to show that in a photograph, but essentially that's what we're at, and it needs a design professional to come up with a repair plan if needed. And then if that's the case, then pull the respective permit to make those necessary repairs. With that said, we would be asking for a permit to be under review within 90 days. So with that, I'll share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
We can now.
Okay, so in the interest of time, I went to the photographs of the property. This is the property at 2316 Gall Street. It's the one in the middle with the permastone affixed to the front wall. You can see that there's appears to be a separation, and it's in between the permastone and the front of the property. And that's essentially what we would be looking at, is we need to ascertain that the front wall is affixed to the property and a designation that the property is safe. If not, then we would move to ask for a means and method on repairing it. Like I said, we would be looking for a permit to be under review within 90 days.
Okay. Nathan, would you want to tell us your side of the story?
My side of the story is pretty much contained in the paperwork that I filed. I was appointed I was in the process of trying to list the property for sale, went down to physically inspect it with an appraiser. Didn't look like it was in good shape on the inside. Started to do some sort of an investigation as to, whether or not there might be some violations, and walked into the L&I on February 28th and was handed a stack of papers that apparently this issue's been going back to sometime in 2022. When I did the math, if I'm correct, there's about $2.6 million in fines that have been incurred to date. I have no problem with, I assume from reading the violations, I've never done this before, never been involved in this before. I'm not a real estate attorney. I'm a family law attorney and a probate attorney. I have to hire an engineer to do an assessment. And then if whatever they say has to be done, I assume I have to contact L&I, make sure that they're in agreement, and then get it fixed. And I think that there's a recommendation that a permit be issued within 90 days. Is that a permit for me to get the qualified engineer, or is that a permit to do the work? I'm not sure what.
You need to start with the engineer.
Okay.
And have them prepare drawings, make an assessment, prepare drawings. That would get submitted for a make safe permit.
Okay.
And that submission has to happen within the 90 days.
And I, just so you know, I know you can't give me any advice or tell me anything, but I did try to contact, I guess it's David Alicio. I hope I'm saying his name correctly.
So I may be able to answer a little bit of Mr. Snyder's questions. Inspector David Alicio is the area inspector that's assigned to this case. As far as what you previously addressed, as far as the fines, there are no fines associated with the property, as you said that there were over $2,000 a day fine against the property. That is because it's an unsafe designation. It's a Code 3 violation. So the department can assess a fine up to $2,000 a day for every day the property is in violation. But we don't seek those fines unless we get in front of a judge at the Court of Common Pleas. So the only fees or fines that are associated to the property as we speak right now are reinspection fees. Right now, there are $300 in reinspection fees. The next inspection that would occur without a permit or anything of that would be a $350 reinspection fee, and then every inspection after that, if there is no permit or anything, then they would assess the $350 inspection fee. So what you want to do is you want to stay in contact with Inspector Alicio. So if the board goes ahead and grants the variance for the 90 days, you would still want to stay in contact with Inspector Alicio because the department can work with you as far as whatever's going on with the property, because we understand that engineering or your permit. But once your permit's under a review, I'm not asking for the permit to be issued within 90 days. I'm just asking that it be in our system and under review.
Okay, so in other words, I have to get the engineer, whatever he or she says, I then have to apply for a permit to be able to do the work and pay the fees, pay the reinspection fee that's already due, and then pay for the permit I'm asking for. Is that?
You wouldn't pay the fees until the case was marked complied, because if we come out and do an inspection without that permit, another fee could be assessed to it. So you wouldn't essentially ask for a reinspection under the case or settle those fees until it was marked compliant.
Okay, so get the engineer first, see what he or she says, and then get a contractor or whatever permits are needed, apply for them. When the work's done, get it inspected again, and then pay whatever fees are due.
We would do all the according inspections while the permit was issued. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
Nathan, and you're good with staying with your inspector? He can help you out a little bit if you need any more guidance with that, because you're a novice at this, so he'll help you.
That's being kind to call me in.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. The decision is 90 days to get a permit.
I'll grant the variance for 90 days.
I agree to 90 days.
I agree.
I also agree. Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
All
you're
right,
welcome.
have a great day.
You too. Okay, it's Gold Street. All right, next one, Orleans Street. Okay. All right, bear with me. Who's here from 1035 West Orleans Street? Is anyone here from 1035 West Orleans Street? Is anybody here from 1035 West Orleans Street? Okay, if they should come in, we'll go about it. If they don't, there's also another one for Orleans Street. Two people. Same person, two cases. Okay, so what we'll do, who's that? Okay, so if they come in before the end of the hearing, we'll look at it. Okay, we're on case number 8, 3032 East Street. Hector, could you please raise your right hand? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay, I'm Wayne Miller.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted Agus, board member.
Moody Parak, board member.
Lynn Riddlehuber, Board Counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
I'm Matthew Wojcik, LNI supervisor.
Okay. Deb, could you read that into the record, please?
Yes, this is case number 8, MI 2025-003082 for 3032 East Street. Hector Tapia? Hector Tapia is in the room present today.
Good. Tom, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about this case?
Well, I believe that we need a little bit of clarification. I'm sorry, is it Mr. Tempia?
Tapia. Mr.
Tapia.
Yes, no,
Okay.
Tapia.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Mr. Tapia, but on the appeal paperwork, it says, I think this is already fixed. Are you potentially asking for more time to resolve the violation? Or are you saying that the violation doesn't exist?
Why? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My English is not real good, and okay. Just explain again what you say. A little bit easy, not too fast, please.
I'll go slower, but I'm asking if you agree with the violation, or are you asking for time to resolve that violation, or are you saying that the violation doesn't exist?
Well, right now, when they got the violation, they got it 3 inside the garage, right? My neighbor called for the city. I got a letter. I go to the garage, remove the tree, because the problem, I got a problem with my ex-wife, with the house and all the thing. And we don't know what they're going to do. Who she got the house or I got the house. I'm not spending no money. But then I got the house, I fixed everything I can, I'm not complete fix the garage, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, complete fix it. And I remove the trees. I put a new floor in the garage. I put a new roof. But I'm not finished not yet. I'm not finished not yet because, money has to be little to little. I can get money for that. But they're going fixed. They fixed all the stuff they did it before is fixed.
But no permits were ever obtained for any of that work, correct?
Well,
Did you get permits from the city to do that work?
no, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No, I didn't do that, Tom. Okay.
Okay, so you're in agreement that the violation did exist on the property, correct?
Right now, no, at least we don't have no violation, but I don't know. You have to go check it out.
So with this, my recommendation to the board is that this be relisted to the Board of L&I Review, and also a translator be assigned to that case for that hearing date.
Mhm.
So we're gonna move this to the Board of L&I Review? We don't have this okay,
Tom, can we see your packet?
yeah.
Sure, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So this is the appeal paperwork that was filed, and then the packet with the photographs from the re-inspections. This is the front of the property on East Street, 3032 East Street.
Yeah.
Again, another photograph of the on the right-hand side of the front of the property. And then these were photographs of the property back in 2017 when the violation was issued. You can see that that's the front of the property at that time.
Mhm.
And there's a semblance of vegetation along the common alleyway in the back. And the very last photo shows some vegetation growing from the rear of the property along that alleyway. So essentially, and from the appellant's own testimony, the property changed hands 3 times to family members, or twice, from the person in 2017 to the appellant today. So essentially, we'd be asking that this be relisted with a interpreter being assigned to that case.
Okay, so go get an interpreter so he can speak to him, and that's gonna be reassigned to the L&I Review Board? Or transferred, okay, no problem. Okay, I'm okay with that.
I'm in agreement.
I'm in agreement.
I agree.
Okay. Good luck. They're gonna move it over, as they said, to transfer it to the L&I Review Board, and it'll make it easier on you to do that.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
All right.
A little bit, well, not,
No, what happens is that they're gonna move it to a board, they're gonna have an interpreter to be able to talk to you.
Okay.
And find out what was done, and if you need a permit or anything else to take care of it, then they'll have that interpreter there so they can, communicate a little bit better.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
no problem.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
gonna go to a different.
Yeah,
board.
but another hearing, okay. Oh, same violation, okay.
Yeah.
Everything is fixed anyway.
Okay.
I fix everything. I remove the tree, I fix everything over there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good luck then. You'll be hearing from,
Oh, you got another one?
you'll get another notice, yes.
Okay,
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 thank you.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
The last case, yeah, give it a second. Get the illegal phone.
Meyer, give me that red bag, please. That
Okay,
red bag is on.
Okay, number 9,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Next case is number 9, and that is 3835 North Park Avenue. Is Dorothy Pollard here?
Yes,
Hey Dorothy, how you doing?
I'm fine, sir, and yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. Are you gonna be testifying in this case?
My granddaughter, she's
Okay.
my spokesperson.
Okay, good. Keisha, you gonna be
Yes.
testifying?
Yes,
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Grandma-
Mr. Miller, you sound far away. I'm not sure where you are as opposed to where the
Oh,
mic
okay, I'm
is.
sorry, I didn't have my microphone on, okay? Do you want me to go over that again?
No,
Yeah.
I could hear you, but it was very faint, so.
Okay, no problem. Grandma, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay, if you want to chime in and say something, you can, okay?
Right.
Tom, can you raise your right hand? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Pretty correct, board member.
I'm Matthew Ojigel, and I supervisor.
Lynn Huber, Board Counsel.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Okay, Deb, read it into the file.
This is case number 9 on today's schedule, MI 2025-003948 for 3835 North Park Avenue.
Okay. Tom, could you tell us a little bit about this case?
So the property at 3835 North Park Avenue has been declared as eminently dangerous by the department. With that said, I would defer my opening statement to the appellant and then speak after that.
Okay, let me see here. Keisha, could you want to tell us a little bit about the project here?
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
the home belongs to my 85-year-old grandmother. There was a fire sustained at the home. And we're trying to get it repaired ever since. So I kind of stepped in now to assist her to help her to save her house. It's a house that she's worked hard for, she still works for, and just trying to get things done for her. So I have reached out and contacted an engineer who's supposed to come next week to survey the property. I've also contacted a construction team that's willing to take on the project. And in the process right now of securing a loan to be able to do so, finalizing the loan to be able to do so.
Miss Kaisha, you're going out. I can't hear you. I'm not sure if anyone else can. If you can come closer to whatever device you're using so that we can hear you.
All right. Is that any better?
It's a little
Still
low.
very, very faint.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry. Did you guys hear anything I said, or do you want me to start over?
Yeah,
It's very faint.
It's very faint. You were fine initially.
yeah.
We heard you clearly up to the word engineer, then after that, it kind of faded out.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure what happened. Maybe I should. I gotta be quiet.
oh, there, that was good right there. That was good right there. All right, go ahead. We got up to the engineer.
So, yes, so the security engineer that's supposed to come out next week.
I'm going to stop you again.
When you looked to your left
Yeah,
and said the words "be quiet," that was very clear.
that was perfect.
But everything beyond that.
Okay, how about
That's
now?
good.
I'm sorry. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so I secured an engineer to come out next week to be able to survey the property. I've also contacted a construction team that's willing to take on the project to do the repairs. And I'm in the process now of securing the loan to complete the project for her. Again, like I said, it's a home that she's, raised her family in. It's her home, and I'm just trying to assist her with keeping her home.
So I'm gonna.
Okay,
Or I would,
go ahead, Tom.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I was just gonna move on to my opening, but
Okay,
I didn't want to overstep or overtalk them.
okay. Go ahead. Kahisha, you finished on that, hon?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Tom, let's hear your story.
Okay, so what I have is the property, as I said, previously, 3835 North Park Avenue had been declared as, eminently dangerous by the department. In the interest of time, I'll just go right to the photos, in my packet. But essentially, you'll see the back of the property is severely deficient. It's severely structurally damaged. And the only question I have is Ms. Pollard still residing in that property?
No, she's not currently residing, no.
Okay. All right. So I'll share my screen.
All right.
So this is a photograph of the front of the property at 3835 North Park Avenue. And then where's it? There we go. So this is the front of the property being stickered 3835 Park Avenue for the roof, floor assemblies, and the side bearing wall. This is the back of the property. You can see it's very heavily covered in vegetation with the side breezeway wall showing that there is significant cracking and fracturing of that side load-bearing wall. Another photograph taken of that side load-bearing wall. Another vantage point. The property does appear at the time the photograph was taken to be vacant. We just want to make sure that nobody is residing in that property. But at the conclusion, I'd be asking for a make safe permit to be under review within 45 days.
Okay, could you have a permit within 45 days?
To try my best to.
That's to you, Kahisha. That's to you.
I said I'm going to try my best to.
Okay, are you gonna have an engineer's coming out next week?
Yes.
Okay, and he'll tell you exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
And then, after that, you need, we're giving you 45 days to get the permit and start the work to make safe. You don't have to make it cosmetic or anything like that. It's just to make it safe. So your engineer will tell you exactly what you need to do to make that safe. Okay, and then you would get a licensed contractor out of the city of Philadelphia, and he would, you would get and he would pull the permit, and then you would have him do the work until it's made safe.
Yes.
And are you dealing with any individual inspector? Do you know of?
No, we did speak to someone when we went down to complete the appeal, but that's the only time that we've spoken to an inspector. And it was a young lady. I can't remember what her name was.
Okay. Tom, and whoever's assigned to that job, the job, if she can't get it exactly in 45 days to permit, is there anyone, and when she's actively working to get it done, is there someone for her to talk to?
Being that the property is declared as eminently dangerous, she should stay in contact with our demolition coordinating team, and that would be Inspector Farley, Farley.
Okay, give her a chance to get something to write it down, okay?
Just make sure that the price you get from your contractor is based on the engineer's report. That'll identify the scope of work that they're responsible for. So if you've already gotten some pricing at this point, take that with a grain of salt until you have that report in hand.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, don't do anything until you get anything work-wise until you get the engineering report.
Okay.
Because sometimes the contractors will get a little, they'll want to do a lot more than they have to make safe.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. Has it looked like that for a long time? Because the appeal just makes it sound like all of a sudden you're being displaced, but doesn't look like something that just happened.
No, 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 no. This happened.
You should move to the left.
Okay.
There you go.
So the fire, it happened a little while ago. She was able to stay like at some point in time, but then it started deteriorating. So then she had to move out of the property. And it's been fine, like she's 85 years old. She doesn't have the finances to be able to, she didn't have the finances to be able to repair it. So like I said, now and I'm kind of stepping in and, you know, trying to help her out and take things over for her so that she can ultimately get back into her house.
Good. That's a good thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I agree with the 45 days.
I also agree with the 45 days.
I agree with 45 days.
I agree.
Okay. Hey, good luck, Keisha. And if you need anything, stay in touch with that. Tom, is there a number for that demo guy?
Yes, so the two contacts, the area inspector assigned to the case is Inspector Carroll.
So should I be contacting her or Farley?
Well, the first is Inspector Joe Carroll,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and his office number is 215
Mm-hmm.
685 3055. And then the demolition coordinator is Inspector Farley, and his number is 215 686 2583.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, what's his number?
215
Mhm.
686 2583.
Okay. So like at
the
what
left.
point? Okay, at what point should I reach out to them?
When you get close to that 45 days, if you don't have a permit under review, if you get close
Okay.
to that 45 days, you want to reach out to both Inspector Carroll and Inspector Farley because, like I said, Inspector Farley is our demolition coordinating team. So if he doesn't see anything in the system, nor no notes, no anything like that, the property could be placed out to bid for demolition.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Keisha, good job. And yeah, that's a nice thing you're doing for your grandmother.
Thank
Okay?
you.
You're welcome. All right. Good luck now.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to the other cases. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, we'll take care of them. Yeah, we'll call them.
Before
Alright,
the next case is called, is it okay if I have just a second to restart my system on my end? This is court reporter.
Yeah, she needs to restart.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Thank
Take your
you.
time.
Stop
Just a
recording.
moment.
Second, Meg, hold a minute.
Okay,
Okay, as soon as we get recording go. Okay, go ahead. Go now,
okay.
Meg.
So we're requesting that the property at 1031 and 1035 West Orleans be moved over to Blur as his application states that he does not agree with these violations.
So he just doesn't come, right? And that's going to be moved over to Blur?
Yes, that's what we're
Okay.
requesting.
What do we have to do with it?
Well, I would say, I mean, when I do the thought.
On the record, yeah, everything on the record, right?
Lynn, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I mean, he didn't appear. So you demand. He didn't appear. So he really did failure to, failure to prosecute as opposed to transfer. If he had shown up, I would agree to transfer. I mean, not saying I would agree. I would suggest that it be transferred to Blur, but since he didn't appear at all, and we don't have any indication that he was told not to appear, that I would dismiss it for failure to appear.
Okay. All right. All right, for 1031 and 1035 West Orleans Street, we're gonna dismiss this failure to appear.
You have to read it into the record.
She needs to give. That notice was sent.
Sorry,
Okay.
one clarification. Could they appeal that? I mean, they could still file.
Ted, I can hear you speaking, but I can't hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
The question is, they still, the appellant could appeal it to Blur. They'll be, will they receive a notice or will they even know to do that?
No, they would appeal to CCP. Court come, please,
Oh. Gotcha.
because you're making a decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Okay.
want to, I mean, you could just, you could transfer it to Blur if you feel that's, your decision to do that. But I'm just saying, since they didn't appear.
Does it make a difference that the paperwork we have in front of us is an application to the Board of License and Inspection Review? Yes.
Well, when they make an application, it's decided, and Debbie's
Yeah,
better to.
for the board administrator, does that make a difference that the application they filed is to Blur? It is not to BBS.
Well, why do we have it?
That's why I'm bringing this up.
They were given the incorrect form to file this appeal at the time. So normally for unsafe violations or ID violations, we give them the Board of Building Standards form. So for this, this was taken with the wrong form, but it is still an unsafe violation. Due to the fact that it's come before the board now and he's saying he does not agree with the violations, I know they're telling us to now send them to LURP. So they're supposed to go to the LNI.
LNI's
but
recommended that.
That just
Correct.
happened a few months ago.
Okay.
So
Mr. Matthew Webster and Lynn, I guess the question would be,
It's really hard to hear you.
oh, I guess the question for the board attorneys would be, from their paperwork, they already requesting it go to Blur. Is it appropriate for us to deny that request because they're not here? And what seems to be us hearing it in the first place. Does that make sense?
Based on the fact that they've, I'm sorry, Lynn.
No, totally fine, Matt. You can.
jump in.
Based on the fact that they applied for, sorry about that. Based on the fact that they applied to Blur, I think it should be administratively moved as the city suggested. But up until that realization, I agreed with Lynn that we could dismiss. Now knowing that this maybe was improperly assigned to BBS, no offense to anyone, it should go to Blur administratively.
Okay, hold on. Are we gonna send this to Blur or are we gonna dismiss? You
So
guys are the lawyers.
My recommendation to the board is to take no action and allow it to be administratively moved to Blur.
Okay, we take no action. Okay, all right. Yeah, put that into the record. Yes. Number 6. Okay. All right, Deb.
Number 6 on the agenda for today, MI 2025-003085 for 1035 West Orleans Street. And number 7, MI 2025-003086 for 1031 West Orleans Street.
Okay, we agree about the moving it to the other board. Right, is that what we said?
You're suggesting that the two cases, the two appeals be transferred to Blur.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in favor of it.
I'm in favor of it.
I'm in agreement.
I agree.
Have number 4.
Number 4, okay?
Then we have number 4 on the schedule,
Yes.
MI 2025-000595 for 4244 North 15th Street.
Okay, so
And that's.
is this another one?
But-
Deb, is it-
How was the application done?
It is on a Blur form. Board of License and Inspection Review application form.
okay. And this is one that is going to be moved to Blur too, also?
Is that your recommendation, Megan?
Megan,
I'm
you're.
sorry, I was on mute. I
Muted.
apologize. It's our
Okay.
recommendation that it not be moved to Blur, that we are requesting 60 days for a permit.
The difference being on this application, they are asking, they are not contesting the validity of the notice.
They are not contesting. They are stating that the property is repairable, and that they are, the part of the application is cut off, so I can't see the end of it, but they would like to emphasize their application states that the bulge in the wall is indeed repairable and does not indicate any imminent danger of falling. So it looks like they're trying to make an attempt to repair the property.
So if we gave them 45 days and they didn't comply with that, what does the city do?
Based upon what the photos look like, we would either refer it over to equity court, or we would ask for an administrative warrant through the courts to do an interior inspection of the property to see what the inside looks like, and then base our decision on the next steps after that.
Okay, but you guys, you recommend that we give them, that we don't dismiss anything, that we give them 45 days to get a permit?
No, 60.
60? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Matthew Webster, Board Counsel, I don't recommend voting on any action other than dismissal if the appellant isn't here. However, the board may disagree with me.
Debbie, can you give us indication that they were notified?
Yes, a hearing notice, a board of hearing notice was sent out on May 12th, 2025 to Jerbel Jordan, 2148 Ridge Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19121, which is the address that was on the appeal form. I also sent out an email with today's Zoom link in an email on Tuesday of this week in the morning. So they were notified by mail and also by email.
Okay. So the lawyers recommend that we dismiss this for failure to appear?
I would suggest that, yes.
Okay,
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay. All right, Deb?
I'm okay.
All right.
You
fine.
guys are good?
Okay, yeah, we,
Okay.
failure, dismiss it for failure to
So
appear.
the other two
Okay.
cases will be moved to LURB, and then this one will be
They
dismissed
can
for failure
move
to.
them any place they want. If it's not here, I don't really care. Okay? That's, Okay,
Thank you, Megan.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Meg.
everybody. Have a great day.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right, the next cases, let's move on, huh? Okay. Who is going to be testifying for Ash Street?
Mr.
27,
Chairman,
24, yes? Harry Cook? You the only
Harry
one gonna be-
Cook,
Okay,
yes, and I have with me the architect from last time, Elena Timofeva, and
Okay.
client is here as well, but Ms. Timofeva will be doing most of the testimony.
okay.
Thank you,
Alright,
Mr. Chairman,
Miss-
members.
This Miss Timofeva, if I got it right, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, the other right hand? That's the right.
I'm holding my mouth. Sorry, was trying to unmute myself. I swear to tell,
the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Yeah.
yeah, I swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Harry, we don't need you to be swearing because you guys don't lie. All right?
Sure.
Is there anyone
Thank
else?
you.
Is the client there?
The client is here, but I mean, you can swear her in, but I think
where's she at?
upon my Tatiana,
Ta-
can you
Ta-
go on
Tatiana?
video?
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted Agus, board member.
Pradeep Parekh, board member.
I'm Matthew Wojcik, LNI supervisor.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration. Lynn.
Lynn Riddle, Huber Board Council.
Okay. Deb, read that into the record, please.
This is case number 10 on today's schedule, MI 2025-003186 for 2724 Ash Street.
All right, whoever's going to present the case, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Harry Cook on behalf of homeowner applicant. This is a resumption hearing. The board asks for us to come back to provide evidence that the basement was not being used for anything other than transient use and for certification of the fire alarm system. We have Ms. Timofeva here to present that. In her investigation, she also identified a Bilco door and access to the basement that the engineering plans had left out. So she's going to go into a little detail about that, just do some updating as to egress for the unit, for both units 1 and 2 through the basement. And with that, Ms. Timofeva, could you please present to the board your findings and certifications regarding the fire alarm system?
Sure. Thank you very much. I'm gonna start sharing my screen.
Okay.
Oh boy, how many screens do I have here?
Give us the one in the middle.
Right. Okay, so I did provide the written summary to Harry along with appendix. So as we left off last time, the board came to the conclusion with 2 options: either the sprinklers have to be installed or install 24/7 monitoring fire alarm system, and to provide like walkout window wells from the basement. So as we were saying last time, actually the fire alarm 24 monitoring system has been installed to the property last August, and I asked Tatiana to gather permit drawings from the company that submitted it for the permit. So there is a free hardwired fire smoke alarms installed in the basement in each room. I mean, of course, I'm not a fire alarm engineer, but basically that information is provided. And then there is also, smoke alarms, horn strobes, pull stations, visual alarms, also installed throughout the property on all floors. And there was a certification completed last year, and it is up for inspection again. Tatiana can speak on that more. So which kind of captures what what was passed, what was inspected.
So I believe since the last case, when you were here before, you were just going to prove to us that.
Mr. Miller, we can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Since you've been here since the last time you were here, you were going to let us know that the fire alarm was an automatic fire alarm and it was already in.
That's correct.
Is that the case? Yeah.
That is the case, Mr. Chairman. And just to put a finer point on the takeaway from the last hearing regarding window wells, I believe that the board was comfortable with lease provision as to folk not being able to use the basement for sleeping purposes, for anything other than transient purposes. And in our packet, we do have photographs of the basement. It is tile. There are no beds down there. You'll see it's storage. There's laundry. There's a pool table with nowhere to go, and it's not really a game room per se. There's not enough room down there. But as we can go through, you can see also in the certification is remote monitoring, everything that we believe the board had requested for that. And I did send it over to board administration earlier, so you guys can all look at least a PDF of the presentation, both the testimony and the photographs and the certification as well. So Ms. Timofeva, can you scroll up through the photographs of the basement so we can see that what it looks like. It's, you know, it's a small space. It's really used for storage. There is a breach between the two spaces that would provide egress through the Bilco. And we are suggesting a 2-hour rated door put there, double side lock, potentially, just so that there is privacy for that that area, or the basement could just be dual access purposes for storage and utilities.
Are
So,
the doors we're seeing in the pictures in the basement?
So the door that, like this door, it's actually the door that connects two basement units. I'm gonna jump to the floor plan to show. So this is the door that we're talking about. So the wall is 1 hour rated, and there is existing door. I'm not sure what rating it is, but as previous architects, you know, noted to replace it with a 20-minute rated door. And that provides access from unit number 3 through this door to the Bilco door that was missed, you know, on the original drawings submitted. And I can get to the pictures of that as well. And, you know, Tatiana was on the site and she did some measurements, you know, of the each panel of the door. It's 4 by 4. Yeah.
And that's also at the last
So-
hearing, I brought up the Bilco because I thought I had seen it. And, you know, I'm not an architect and I can't read plans that well. But I was under the impression that there was a Bilco to the
Right.
rear area.
So if you can see here, it is on the, and it comes out to the rear yard of the house.
Do we know if the Bilco door meets the current requirements for someone in the basement being able to push it open? So current code talks about how heavy things like gates or barriers are so that people inside the building can push that door open in a fire emergency. I don't believe steel Bilco doors generally meet that requirement, but you could maybe retrofit it with
Yeah.
If I may speak, I mean, about the door. So it's not heavy. It has like a hinge in there. So I'm a female and I'm not like very strong, but I can pull that hinge out and just, you know, easily push the door. It's kind of like a steel, but it's a light steel.
Okay.
So push left and right, and there is a steps towards it.
I
So
think
I
that, yeah,
use it sometimes in the summertime to vent the basement, you know.
And I just want to note, I'm looking at Google and I can only see 2019 images. In the backyard, there is a plastic fence with a gate in it that would lead to the sidewalk. So there is there
is
still
right
currently a
away.
means of egress from the rear yard?
Yeah.
that gate still exists.
There is a
That-
gate.
There is a gate. You could still egress to the right of way.
Okay. Can I see the floor plan again for the basement?
So that's.
Is that all of the basement? Can you zoom out a little so we can see all of it?
Sorry.
And do you have
Mr.
photos
Lefebvre,
of
can you
that
make
front
that
room?
larger? Is it that front room that there's a storage including that pool table in?
This is the room.
Mhm.
But,
Can we see a photo of that? There you go. Thank you.
It is a finished basement in this location.
And again, we would put in proviso that it would not be used for anything other than transient use.
Well, it's not even
It's not
transient,
finished,
it'd
in-
be-
it's
yeah,
not
utility-
finished in terms of carpeting. And you should also see the amount of moisture infiltration that occurs down there. It's not any place that anyone would be able to really sleep without much more work for, moisture
Yeah,
penetration mitigation.
You're talking about sleeping, but I mean, are you saying this room will not be used to play pool?
That's
mean,
up to
you've
the
got-
board. I
You've got
think
lights
it-
over. I mean, no, I'm
Sure,
asking
yeah, no, I hear
what
you.
you're saying.
I think that playing pool is transient, but if the board has a different interpretation of that, we would defer to the board. I also think that there are additional means of egress that we hadn't identified before that maybe mitigate against full, doing laundry down there. That might provide for playing pool. But again, I think that is within the determination of the board.
Right. And I think, talking about the means of egress and travel distances, if we look at the floor plan, even from the furthest point of this room, going through the door that connects to other unit, I mean, we're still within 75 feet of a travel distance. So it's pretty short, exit route. If something happens, you can go to the first floor.
But that door is expected to be locked from both sides.
Well, I mean, talking about the egress doors like this, I would say that it only locks on one side, and any means of egress doors need to be opened without any special knowledge or key. So I would recommend, replacing that door, maybe like, it can be only a privacy lock on one side, on the unit, on this side, just the turn knob. So a person can easily open it and go. Like the person from unit 2 does not have to have an access to unit 3.
So that would make the Bilco door accessible from the front unit.
Correct.
Yes. So it will serve secondary means of egress for both units.
Then for the fire alarm system, can we go to the first page of the, unless someone wants to.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Ms. Timofeeva, could you make that portion of your share screen larger? Is that possible, or can everyone see that well enough?
I'm not too sure. It is full on my screen.
Okay.
Okay. And so can we go to, there's an area called the matrix, near the bottom of the page.
Done.
Near the bottom of the page.
At the bottom of the page, matrix, there is a diagram. Oh, this one.
Okay.
Oops.
And then how do we know? So the key is that we need an automatic. If we're going to say that a sprinkler system isn't going to be installed, we need occupants to be notified of a fire at anywhere in the building, and for every occupant to be notified immediately. So can we just confirm that we're not relying on pull stations, but we actually have smoke detectors at every room that's required by code, if we're going to call this a automatic smoke fire alarm system? So.
Yeah, I think I've been reading about it. So the way I understand it, the hardwired system, the horn strobes and installed throughout the whole building on the second and third floor room. So a activation of one device triggers activating all of them throughout the building. So there will be visual and audio, signaling in each room it is
Yeah, so-
installed.
No, but the key is what is causing the activation? Is it someone pulling a pull station? Or
No,
is it?
there is smoke, and,
Okay, so-
activation on that.
Right, so are those icons everywhere on every floor? They only seem to
That's
be in the
right.
basement.
Yeah, that's right. They, each bedroom has those,
Can
like.
you move the plan up? So, because they're not, see that they're not in the other rooms?
Right. So what
So
is
if there's-
the key symbol? Oh, there we go. So the smoke detectors, they are in the basement.
Correct, but they're not in
Each
the
room.
entire building.
Right. The other ones have like horn and
Yes.
strobes that will be activated if
Understood,
the
but yeah,
smoke one.
we're not understanding. So
Mhm.
what is happening is a smoke detector in the basement goes off because it recognizes smoke and notifies the rest of the building. But if there's a smoke, because there are no smoke detectors in the rest of the building, then if there's a fire on the first floor unit, no one else will know unless someone manually pulls a pull station, or that fire progresses so that it causes smoke in the basement, at which point too much time has passed for people to automatically be notified of a fire. That's that's the difference between a manual fire alarm system and an automatic fire alarm system. So if we are going
Right.
if we're going to try and find an alternative to an automatic sprinkler system, we would probably want something equally automatic.
Understood. I'm just looking further into. Am I muted or can you guys hear me?
No, we can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I mean, each room has also smoke fire alarms, like battery operated ones.
So I know that somebody was, I'm just gonna tell you, that was cooking in one apartment, and they called me right away because the alarm went on, and the fire department came in just from cooking in one apartment. So I don't know, like, because the noise was like very loud for the whole apartment, and then that triggers a major one, like box the panel. So I wish we had the, that
Miss
explain.
Miss Timofeeva, can you pull up the city, the certification that's applied to the city of Philadelphia? And allow the board to review that. And again, in the event that they are not automatic, any proviso requiring that, we would be, obviously open to and would just need a certain amount of time to implement.
Okay.
Because I think it's all there, it just would need to be moderately upgraded if they are not in fact there.
Yeah, I don't believe the certification will
Show that.
Yeah, it's the arrangement of the system.
The arrangement.
as shown
I
on
see
the
what you're
plan.
saying, because I did not see that on there either, but I have heard anecdotally, and I thought we would have this buttoned up for today. I apologize for that. But requirement on the order, it will be implemented.
So that if that's implemented, if there's something, if there's a fire on the second floor.
Mr.
it'll-
Miller, can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. If there's a fire on the second floor and there's a smoke detector in there, it'll notify the whole building.
That's what we would need
okay.
in order for this to work.
And I think it is, but it's just not showing for somewhere here because that's what happened. Like it's
Right.
trigger one panel and then it goes to the main panel and that main panel puts signal in the whole building.
And
That's
that
what-
would be my recommendation, if the board were amenable, to put that requirement in the order. We then will have to have an inspection and would either meet it or not. Obviously, we'll upgrade to make sure that that is consistent with the order.
The only thing is the emergency escape and rescue.
I'm sorry, come again?
Hold on, I'm just talking for a second. Give me 1 second.
I'm not sure who's speaking, but I can't hear.
Microphones.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we can caucus or we can.
Yeah, we'll caucus, yeah. Okay. We're gonna caucus for a minute. Huh?
Okay.
Oh, Julian, I got a question for you from the fire department. Julian, what's your take?
I came in sort of like in between. So the
Okay.
parts that I heard, I thought maybe we could discuss it. The parts that I heard is it appears to be a triplex. I'm assuming that's what it is, a triplex or a 3-floor apartment building. Two forms of egress for the first and second floor. The secondary egress was by way of Bilko doors. I didn't hear anything about the third floor, so I don't know if the third floor has 2 means of egress.
Mr.
Um,
Sellers, were you here for the last presentation where we discussed some of the architecture? The third floor is really an office and not, there's a small room that's not really a bedroom up there. I don't know if it was you or a colleague who was here at the
It was
last
probably
hearing.
John Dimes.
It was John.
Yes.
Julian.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
It was John.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's fine. Yeah, so, yeah, I agree with Pradeep. If there's not going to be, and I'm pretty sure it's more to discuss, there's not going to be an automatic sprinkler system. The alarm system should be interconnected, automatic, by way of smoke, detectors or whatever type of detector head you're using, and not just some manual pull station. I agree with that.
And we will make those upgrades.
Okay.
If there's any other matters pertaining to the case that you want me to talk about, you might have to bring me up to speed. So forgive me for being a little late.
I'm going to ask Matthew Wojcik, if the third floor was sealed off and not used, does that, and there was still no sprinkler system, does that help them at all?
Let me just check the refusal again real quick. The lack of sprinkler system was the reason for just not having a sprinkler system from R3 to R2. The single exit one would say here. But not applicable sections. So the sprinkler affects the height and area refusal and the single exit refusal and the sprinkler systems themselves. If they sealed off the third floor, the single exit one would still apply due to the lack of sprinklers, meaning none of the provisions allowing a single exit can be used, since for R2 it presumes that the building is fully sprinklered. And then for the height and area one, that's just like a consequence of not installing sprinklers because it was stated on the plan of being type 5B construction, and group R2 can go up to 2 stories without sprinklers, so that one would actually go away.
Okay, thank you. Caucus?
Okay, we're gonna caucus for a minute. The record. When is there really? Yeah, I want to make sure that the recordings is being done. Are the recordings in? Okay.
Actually, can you go back to the basement plan?
Is the blue area in the basement two separate units or one unit?
One. It's part of this unit 2 that occupies the second floor and one room on the third floor.
So unit 2 is all the blue. So on the second
No.
floor, all they have is that little space?
Unit 2 is this yellow greenish one.
Okay, what is all the blue?
So the blue, it's unit 3. So you walk in on the first floor and it has the area, the steps, you go down the basement, or you can go up to the second floor, which has a kitchen, dining and a bedroom. And then this attic room.
And go back to unit 2 again?
So unit 2 is only occupies portion of the first floor and this little area in the basement laundry room.
And unit 1 has washer and dryer in the unit?
In
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Let's go back to the two options that that was suggested when you left and we're coming back. One was be with a sprinkler system and escape hatches to get out. And the other one was, an automatic, smoke detectors with the, escape hatches. There are the two things that when you left that we were gonna do. We didn't, and what we're, in lieu of the sprinkler system, we were gonna say it was all right to have an automatic, alarm system, and which would mean smoke detectors all throughout the building. There are the two options that we sent, when the last time you were here, when you were coming back, you were gonna let us know if that was an automatic smoke detecting system, which you are saying that it is, but there's no smoke detectors on the second and third floor. And that is an issue, and I think Mr. Cook
we-
said that he
we
was gonna
understand
look
that's an issue.
to, he was gonna look to,
Upgrade.
upgrade the alarm system. So they were the two options that we had. So, and that's where we're at still today. So, it's up to you guys to decide what you want to do with either option 1 or option 2, either sprinkler with the escape hatches or an automatic an automatic alarm system with the egress hatches.
And we also talked about sealing the third floor
And
with option 1.
what option 1, what was that? Option 1 was.
For the
Get an
sprinkler.
Get an
I think-
affidavit of restricted use for the third floor, if no sprinkler.
My recollection of option 2 also included because I think we had testimony speaking to the difficulty of putting in an egress onto the right of way on the side street, that we would have something potentially in the rear yard and an affidavit of restricted use in the basement. Does the board recall that? And I believe board member Parrick had brought that up as a potential.
I don't remember the affidavit of restricted use in the basement. I do recall trying to use access to the yard for egress, but the issue is, one, the existing Bilco door may not meet current code requirements for emergency escape. And then 2, the ability or inability of unit of the blue unit, because it has different unit designation, unit 3 possibly, getting access to that because the door could be locked from the outside or the other side, obstructed, just not under their control.
Are you talking about the Bilco itself or the,
So this-
the demising door, the door at the demising wall? Whether someone on the other side might have that obstructed,
Correct.
even though it would only be privacy locked on the one
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, so it was, I believe the issue was whether or not emergency escape and rescue from the front or side wall to those sidewalks was feasible. I don't know if it's infeasible. It's just that the current approach is to use the door that could potentially be obstructed by another unit owner. That makes sense.
It does make sense. I think that could be dealt with vis-a-vis lease language and restrictions. And we would obviously, if there is an issue with the Bilco door not being up to current standard, we would be, we would replace that with any current standard that that is acceptable.
I personally don't see how lease language can be equivalent to the physical ability to be rescued from an opening, because that's one of the functions of it, is that if someone has the ability to get to those doors, they can be rescued from the outside. I don't see how language in a lease to prohibit someone to put storage in the basement would accomplish the same level of life safety.
I hear you. I would just like to also add that at the last hearing, I don't think we had addressed that breach in that demising wall being present. And we were, in lieu of the exit wells, we were discussing a limitation on use. Unless I'm totally coming out of left field with that, I think we've provided additional egress options today. Compared to that,
Yeah.
we are still very open to limiting the use to just laundry in that that front unit and storage to the front unit basement, no pool playing, etc., so on and so forth, which would take us back to where I thought we were at the end of the last hearing. Ms. Timofeeva may or may not also have the same recollection, but I just want to put that out there as what our takeaway was, that it wasn't just about, at least for that front unit, the exit well, because we had gone into testimony about how difficult that would be to put an additional exit well in, that we did speak to restricted use, whether we'd phrased it as a, document other than a lease restriction, any sort of restriction we would be open to.
Right. I think that's my recollection too, the way I understood. So it's so the two options, it's either like sprinkling or have automatic fire alarm system and providing like means of egress, or ensuring that the space is not used for sleeping, cooking, it's not fully habitable space. It's used for storage, occasional use. So, and even like what was discovered during the process, that we do have interconnecting door and actually already existing Bilco door. It is in addition, it's kind of like a bonus that we discovered already, from the options that we had.
Quick question. On the drawing on the left, the blue space, the window on the left, what is happening over there? Is that a sidewalk or?
Yes.
Actually, it is a sidewalk. I know. I do have some additional pictures that Tatiana sent me that show that side of the building. So those are the two window.
Yeah, that looks sufficient room to have an exit well coming up onto that sidewalk. There's room enough to park a car.
So I actually did a little bit research into that. So the sidewalk from the house to is 9 feet, and from the zoning, city, what I found that anything should not be projecting than quarter of the sidewalk, and the new code requirements require, at least 3 feet walkout window well from the side of the house. So it's like 9 square feet with like 5.7 square feet of opening. So which would impede more than a quarter of the sidewalk. It would be 1/3. So there, I think there is additional, challenges would be obtaining the permits to actually do that on this side of the house, with some additional challenges of the foundation, stability of the house. It's stone foundation, not reinforced. The water, the new window wells require drainage, which probably does not exist there at the foundation of this home. And of course, the challenges with the opening, for vandalism, putting a window well right there in the city on this side of the house, just kind of.
They are
So,
common in the city, though. They are a common attribute of basement occupancy in the city. But I understand the concerns.
It might require
And-
a streets department variance. So,
It would require a
Mhm.
streets department variance. It would likely
but I feel
extend
like
out
this has been.
past,
yeah, past
it would
the
extend out
No,
past.
I understand. I'm
Sorry,
student
only
as
one
well.
person can speak at a
Harry,
time.
just
Sure,
listen,
sorry.
listen for a second. I'm trying to say, I believe we've had other cases in the past where people on much narrower sidewalks than this have been able to achieve that. So, that may be one option that, and if that's not achievable, then comes back to sprinklering.
right.
And would the board require that for both of the basement access points, or because the Bilco is in the rear, that would be sufficient? And only the well up front?
So we would likely base any emergency escape and rescue opening on current code requirements. So we don't know enough about the Bilco to say it doesn't comply, but the goal would be to secure enough details about that so that it meets the requirements of Chapter 10. Just because the Bilco exists and there's a stair there doesn't mean it's compliant. It might be able to remain if it's compliant. Yeah, I completely understand the information you brought up about previous discussions, but I just don't remember whether or not we talked about an affidavit at the basement. So the expectation for emergency escape and rescue under the current code is that each unit has access to that, not that they have to traverse into another unit.
If you had, well.
So, but even though,
Speaking.
Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead.
so even though, there can be restrictions that, it is a restricted use, the two basements is a storage and laundry.
Yes.
I don't believe a basement that's finished is going to be a restricted use. It's tiled, it has drywall, there's pool cues hanging on the wall, there's a pool table down there.
No, I hear what you're saying, related to that, but we would, be open to providing evidence of if changes would need to be made, to make it non-finished, we would do that. It's just again, the cost of some of these upgrades, when there is a promise not to use the basement, speaks further to the hardship. And again, I do believe if we went back to the record, we were discussing restricted use in a bit of detail at that time. I understand where the board is now. And, if the board is recommending that, obviously, no matter what, the upgrades to the alarm system are going to be made for automatic. The Bilko analysis, I think, is incomplete right now. If we were to again come back with additional analysis as to the Bilko, and if that room that currently houses the pool table were decommissioned, so to speak, would that impact the board's determination, or would it just be futile?
I mean, decommissioning would entail essentially sealing it off, putting in an access panel for fire department use only. I mean, it's,
No, I mean decommissioning it to the point where we were having our discussion last week, where it's used for laundry and mechanicals, and
yeah,
it's no
I think we're
longer.
not, regardless of what we may have, the more we learn about this, the more uncomfortable we are.
Okay.
And I think where
I
we've
understand.
landed is, we've got to deal with this. It should be sprinklered. It should have been sprinklered a long time ago. If it's not going to be sprinklered, a lot of things have to be done to make us comfortable with, how it's used.
Okay, so I understand we're still there on option 2. And we'll review the determination of the board. We will make the upgrades. We will obviously investigate and put applications in for the other requirements and see where that takes us. It likely will take us back to the zoning board, I would imagine. But I thank the board for its time and consideration.
So are we granting a variance with 2 options?
We gave you 2 options that we said that,
Mr. Miller, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the 2 options. We said that if you had an alarm system with the smoke detectors throughout, and the escape egresses, then that's one option.
With the affidavit of restricted use for the 3rd floor.
Okay, with the affidavit of restriction for the 3rd floor. And then the next option would be to sprinkle the building and have the evacuation wells, and then you wouldn't need to restrict the 3rd floor?
Right.
Correct. Okay, that's the 2 options that we have.
Okay,
Okay? All right.
thank you.
All right, guys, and then decide what you want to do. All right?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate everyone's
Thank you.
time.
All right.
Thank
buddy.
you.
We
All
would,
right.
sorry,
Hold on.
Deborah, do you need us to vote on the decision?
That's what I was wondering. Are you voting on that or are you suggesting something and they're
We're
coming back?
suggesting, and they're gonna come back like they did the last time, if they want to.
So it's a,
Are you coming back the next time, right?
No, I think if with that variance, if you gave us the option, it's not mutually, we can go back and put our applications in for anything that might need to happen. And if we run into trouble, we would have a fresh refusal that we would maybe come back for. Does that make sense administratively, Ms. Huber?
Then we need to vote on the variance, either or. Okay, either one or the other,
I believe
the
so.
variance that we gave you. Okay, so,
Thank you.
all right, no problem. Are you in favor of the variance, the 2 variances that we put out there?
I'm in favor of the 2 options for the variance.
Correct.
I agree.
I agree.
I also. Okay, all right, Howard.
Thank
good
you,
luck.
everyone. Thank
All
you
right,
so
pal.
much.
Talk to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Thank you.
Julian, you're all
Thank
right with
you.
that, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as, well, he does need to get the information on the Bilko doors, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, restricted use for the third floor means they can't have access, it can't be used.
Yes, and then if they have the sprinkler system, it's okay to use, there's no restriction on the third floor. If they have the sprinkler system installed.
Yeah, if they have it. Yeah, then I'm good.
Okay, all right, good.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, good deal.
Mhm.
All right, we got one more. One more, we got that, and that is 14 North 51st Street?
1400.
1400. Okay,
Could the last case stop sharing?
Oops, I'm sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
all right. Okay. Okay, all right, 1400 North 51st Street. Who's here for 51st Street?
Lev Yakubov.
Okay, you're gonna be the only one testifying?
Yep,
Okay, could you please, you a lawyer?
I'm not, but I'm the owner.
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Pretty correct, board member.
Matthew Wojcik, LNI supervisor.
Captain Julian Sellers, Fire Department.
Deborah Richardson, Boards Administration.
Lynn Rydell, Huber Board Council.
Okay, Deb, could you read that into the record, please?
Yes, this is case number 11 on today's schedule. MI 2025-004213 for 1400 North 51st Street. The appellant's in the
Yeah.
hearing room.
German, can you give us your, if you're presenting the case, go ahead.
I am. All right, great. So this is a refusal for yeah, share my screen real quick. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So this is a two-story former body shop, and with the refusals for this over here. So there used to be an old freight elevator in this bottom left-hand corner of the building. It's a two-story building. The elevator, it's just an elevator shaft. So we decided to repurpose that elevator shaft into a staircase, and the plumbing and the sewer and the water and the fire for the sprinkler lines would be coming in here. So basically we got a refusal for having the water meter and the backflow preventer in the same area as the staircase. There's also, it says, this is the refusal here, one sec, comment from LNI. The proposed water and electrical meters, as well as the proposed backflow preventer and elevator equipment cannot be located in the exit stairway enclosure. We got rid of the electrical meters in there, so they're no longer there. So the only thing that's going to be there is the backflow preventer and the water meter. The elevator equipment isn't really elevator equipment. I mean, I guess you can call it that. I'll show a picture here of what it actually is. It's this right here. It's the old, the remnants of the pulley for the weights. So it's in good condition. It's attached to the brick. It's not going anywhere, and it's not moving. It's just there for aesthetic purposes. So we're just asking for that variance. The previous use was, like I said, a body shop on the first floor, and they stored cars on the second floor. There was really nothing in the building, so we're adding a sprinkler system to the building. It's going to be retrofitted. The second floor is going to be our office space, and the first floor we're going to rent out for a commercial space and they'll have access to this kind of former mechanical area for their utilities. So it's going to be kind of segregated. So this staircase is going to be exclusively used by the second floor, which is us. And that's the basement. So this is the garage and the vacant commercial space, and they'll have this space here to go downstairs for that little mini basement, which is really a glorified crawl space to put their water line and anything else that they would have coming in utility wise to be accessed by them only. So it's segregating the two spaces individually. So that's pretty much the extent of it. It's not too complicated. The building is going to be way more protected than it's ever been. And the way it was in the past was there were some utilities coming in here and there was a staircase. I'll show you pretty much from here. We added it so it's easier to access, but this is where it used to go. So it used to wrap around and just go down to the basement level right here. So it's pretty much the same exact setup. We just moved it from one side to the other and separated everything and improved the protection of the building for fire and life safety.
Is the backflow preventer under the stair, where the stair is going up? And is the stair, the new stair open, like the old one, or? So
Yes.
basically, I guess, is that any issue in terms of, yeah, well, not so much that as, it's not flammable or anything that would. Okay.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Water. Yep.
Got it.
Mhm.
Thanks.
No, no. Mhm.
So that's
I'm a
pretty
little-
much it.
I'm a little confused at the basement level. It has 2 up arrows. So
So it's not really, it's like 4 feet below grade. Let me see if you see this space right here? So that's the grade level and it's about 4 feet below grade. So you pretty much take 4 steps down and the water meter and backflow preventer are going to be right here. And we had to put them there instead of further into the building because the water department has a rule that within a certain amount of feet, you have to have, the minute the utility goes into the building, then it has to be within a certain amount of feet. You have to have a water meter on it and a backflow preventer.
Mhm.
No, but if you go to the
we wanted to put it further in, but they wouldn't allow us. So we had a meeting with the water department and they said it has to be like within 5 feet of entering the building.
you could just go back to the basement floor plan. I think I'm getting a little confused at the.
Yes.
So you see how it has 2 up arrows? So there's one top right of the.
Right. So basically this, right. So basically this is this is right here about 4 feet below grade. So you would come upstairs here and then there'd be a landing here and then you would wrap up and this takes you up to the 1st and 2nd floor.
Okay.
Julian, you okay with this?
What's it gonna be used for?
What, the staircase
Your-
or?
Your unit,
Just office space.
this office space,
Yep.
so far so good.
And there's nothing that is receiving any electrical power at all in this area?
No. I don't know what I'm guessing the water meter isn't powered by anything and neither is the backflow preventer, so.
Yeah, it's
Those-
as long as there's nothing being energized here.
Correct. I mean, outside of just typical, lighting that you would typically have on an exit staircase regardless.
Yeah.
And you have a 13 system in there?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions?
Is it gonna be fire department connections or is it all city fed? Your sprinkler system.
I don't know if there's gonna be a standpipe outside. I don't know. But whatever we have to do to comply with the 13.
So, yeah, Captain Sellers, I believe 13 systems need a fire department connection, but were you
And
referring?
then we'll have one, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Want to caucus?
Yeah, can we caucus for a
We're
second?
gonna caucus for a second.
Okay.
Okay, with all the things that you're doing, we are gonna grant the variance and good luck.
I'm
Thank
in
you so much.
agreement.
Oh, hold on.
You're in agreement?
I agree.
I'm in
Ed,
agreement.
I'm in agreement. We're all in agreement.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
all right, good luck, bud.
See you,
Thanks.
Julian.
All right, thanks, Julian.
No problem.
All right, pal.
You have a good one then.
Have a good one now.
Yep.